I know the wrestlers stuff. I know quite a few wrestlers. Real fast. Listen, Marco, and pay respect. Always look eye to eye. One thing we learn in the martial arts, if the guy's really good, I'm going to show him respect. I'm going to shake his hand and I'm going to walk away. I'm never going, even if I get beat, I'm always going to show respect and walk away a better person. I'm never going to let my attitude get out the way and be disrespectful. We do something called point MMA. It says that you're technically ready. So that means you can be able to do it. You can be, anything that you do got to be perfect, like a round kick. Give me a round kick. See how perfect that is? Give me a round kick. Back up, Bruce. Give me a side kick. Give me a hook kick. Give me an axe kick. Give me a spinning hook kick. Give me a tornado kick. Pop. Boom. So everything that you do got to be perfect. One thing that we know what we do in references back to, you know, how I came up. There was nobody that fought or did anything, and you shouldn't be fighting on the street, but still anybody that was from the street, they didn't do anything. They didn't punch you nasty. They didn't walk nasty. They didn't wrestle nasty. I just keep on using the lumpy joke, because when I say that around, they think I'm joking.
Lump was a bully.
They think I'm joking. But the one beautiful thing about the guy named Lumpy Joe, he would throw you on the fence and make it look good, and you was embarrassed. He would lock you up in a chicken wing and make it look good, and you was embarrassed. Am I correct, Mr.
I taught Lumpy Joe how to wrestle.
Lumpy became one of the baddest bullies in Lafayette Projects.
After he learned to wrestle. Hey, until he got on top.
And I was on the other end until I learned martial arts, and I learned how to stand up for myself. I always knew it, but I learned how to do my technique correctly. We don't believe that wrestling is better than martial arts, or martial arts better than wrestling. The bottom line is heart. Whatever you do is all about heart. Like if I look at all you guys like right now, I come from the Lafayette Projects. Anything that can happen to somebody in the city happened to me. Anything that you can imagine happened to a person living on a track, under a bridge, eating out a trash can, selling drugs, going to jail, doing all that stuff. But for some reason I made it out and most of the guys didn't make it out. But I realized that the thing that changed me out, to be able to have a son that's a world champion, and to be able to have a lot of students that are world champions, and to go around and work with the greatest martial artists on the planet, is that when they talk, and I don't chill. Do you ever see me teach like that?
No, sir.
Can somebody show how I teach class? My hands moving and my hands behind my back. And when somebody's talking, I never do this. You got to be conscious of your body language, because when you become a world champion, another little kid looking at you, and when you want to go off to college, what most of our students do, or you want to go and be on TV or do any of those great things, especially being a young man coming from the city, you got to have positive body language. So let's say everybody spread your legs about, put your hands behind your back. That's most important. All right, and then when we bring our feet together, we always make eye contact, always look at the man in the eyes. Then I come back up. Then I always show respect. When I shake hands with respect, and I walk away. That's really, you know why? Because I'm gonna give you two concepts. In the hood, you want a guy to shake the hand because boom. And in the old days of Japan, you want a guy to shake the hand like this because you can pull his sword out and cut your throat. When we do this, it means we come in peace. So let's try it. Everybody get a part. Let's try it real quick. You want to pull off or what you want to push?
Give us 5 minutes to do that.
All right.
And group them down.
Okay. You want to sit them down there?
Yep.
You go and tell them. Look at them in the eyes. And don't never been so low. You don't.
All right.
When you wrestle, do you wrestle? Because you don't look down.
You like to finish second?
Shake his hand like you the champ. When you shake his hand, you shake his hand like you the champ.
Let's do it 2 more times.
Because if he feels like you the champ and he feels like you're champ, you guys gonna have respect for each other. So shake his hand with authority. Go.
One more.
When I seen you, we seen each other in school. I seen you. What's up, man?
All right, here we go. Everybody actually give y'all a little history, but I'm gonna give y'all a little demo and plus a little history. When I started off with martial arts, I didn't have a teacher. All right, I need to say this to you again. When I started off with martial arts, I did not have a teacher. I taught myself. Since the age of 6 years old, I taught myself. I wanted to get out the projects. I wanted to get out Lafayette Projects so bad. And I didn't have the confidence to stand up because I thought the best way to get out was to break in McKim's, steal from McKim's, do all those things you can possibly imagine. And that led to doing some bad things like selling drugs and being a part of drug dealers that most of them I did. And I think my first best friend got life plus 50 years. That's a lot of time. Some reason martial arts always kept me away from the bad stuff. Even when I was like 17 years old, I got a chance to go to mainland China and train with teachers of Jet Li and all those people before anybody was going to China. And I was recognized as one of the best people to ever come from America to train. Why? Because I used to do gymnastics over at McKenna. I didn't know what I was doing. We could run up the walls. So wherever they was having wrestling practice, we was doing martial arts on the other side with Master Kenneth Parker. So wrestling was there, we was doing martial arts. We'd be twisting and running up the walls. Am I correct, Mr. White? Trampolines, doing flips on trampolines. That's all we did. But nobody never had any problems with each other. And we be doing our little martial arts as well. And I got a chance to go to China because I made up my own martial arts. I guess I call it street martial arts. It was whatever I needed to do to express myself. And all this stuff that you learn, if you never learn how to express yourself, then you haven't learned anything. But in order to express yourself, you also got to have respect. So one thing I want to do, I mean, it's kind of like my pride and joy. And my other pride and joy is my son, because I had to change my life so I can be a father to them. And he's one of the best in the world. And by him being one of the best in the world, I take a lot of pride in that. He's so much better than me. He done won world champions all over the place. He's been on TV with me. And there's now a documentary called The Black Experience in Kung Fu, with my instructors also featuring my son. And when my wife seen it, she said, how does it make you feel as a father? Your son is now carrying on a legacy. So he got to carry that on for his little brother right there. That's what this is all about. It's about being something bigger than the hood. Something bigger than the hood. To be able to sit around some of those people like Chuck Norris, Wesley Snipes, Michael Jai White, and all those people, you got to have some respect. He's going to give you some technique, because a lot of stuff we do, it starts without technique. Give me jab, cross, hook, uppercut. Ready? Go. Hey, come on, let's go, baby. Hey, come on. Hey, come on. Hey, all right. So that's the first. What you think about that? Give him one. All right, so the next one, he's going to give me a round kick. Bang, jab, cross, hook, uppercut, jump, reverse punch. Bang. All right, ready? Here we go. Go. Push, 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 push. Hey! Oh, you missed, baby. Come on, let's go. Move. Push, 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 push. Hey! One more, let's go. Here we go. Work, go. Push, 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 push. Hey! All right, then give him a hand. Come up. Let's get down on our knees. Go. Let's go, Mount. Let's go.
5 seconds. Come on now. 5 seconds. 1.
Everything we do from the ground, you got 5 seconds to hold a position. When you get up, you got to kick and punch. There's no locks. There's no holds. Keep going. Go. Back down. Just a half of your form. Come on. Go, Steven.
Come on. Side mount.
Let's go.
5 seconds. Come on. 1.
Bridge up. Let's go.
3.
In our school, this is the one thing we concerned with. I'm not, thank you guys, you can have a seat. I'm not concerned with how tough you are at that young age, but I need to do is build your confidence up. You know, because it ain't like it was when you came up back in the day, you fight, and then you come back and live to see another day, you fight and something bad happened. So our ultimate goal is to build up your confidence so you won't ever have to fight. We don't do this so we can beat somebody up, we do this so we can stay out of trouble. Mr. Marco's going to demonstrate something. Ready? If you got a gymnast, you can make him a great UFC fighter. You know why? Because you got to have body control. Somebody else, because you got to be able to roll, flip, do all that stuff. Everything's about sensitivity. And that's what we try to do. And what we teach, I'm not going to call it Chinese martial arts. I'm not going to call it Korean martial arts. To me, it's called an urban expression of martial arts. That's what we do. Anything that's going to help us and keep us out of trouble, that's kind of like what we combine our stuff with. It's not that many people. Mr. Glover, how long, Mr. Glover? 30 years, sir. 30 years. Since I was 17 years old, I had my first karate school on North Avenue. I used to get on a bus and I used to be on a bus for 3 days just because I wanted to become a world champion. McKim's responsible after all doing that stuff. 3 days to go to California, go to all these different places. And sometimes I would show up in a tournament, Billy Blanks, you name it, and I would end up getting last place. It would probably be a whole roll of people, probably 30-some people, and I would just line up, but I kept showing up. I kept on going on that bus, coming back to the hood, walking through all the drugs and everything, and I kept on going to tournaments. And the only reason why I can talk to you right now, because every time a friend got shot up, 9 times, I was at McKim's while I was cold practicing. Every time somebody ended up getting locked up from the FBI, I was in Orlando, Florida, winning the U.S. Open. And when I got in trouble by going to jail for 1 year, being locked down for 23 hours and coming out for 1 hour and getting ready to commit suicide, I said, God, you give me another chance. I swear to you, I will never, ever do any of this stuff anymore. Just give me another chance. Well, when I came out of that jail cell, I went up, I got on a bus, went to Washington, D.C., because I needed to leave Baltimore. With $20 in my pocket, as soon as I got off that bus, I got a job at Burger King. And every day when I lived in a shelter, I would run to Washington Monument all day. Because I was going to become a world champion. Every day, see, I was already a world champion before I was 18. But I didn't know what to do with it because the streets was pulling me stronger than the other side. And nobody really knew what I was going through when I went back to the hood. They thought I was like this good kid, but I really knew I had all those new shoes on, new clothes, and jewelry and all that stuff. And I didn't realize that those guys really loved me